Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you had a wonderful week. I'm excited because I finally made it to Friday and I've been going off 3 hours of sleep. So I am here. It's still going to continue. I need to work a bit more. I won't be able to get back to like normal uploads until roughly Thursday or Friday. I'm going to be presenting my work and another project around midweek next week. So that's why I say roughly I'll get back to Friday. So bear with me on it. But we got a lot to talk about. Love Live releases. We got upcoming JP releases. We have Erratas, Attack on Titan, Bushiroad, On the Road, Hololive, and Marvel stuff. So it's brief. It's nothing like amazing. Okay, but first up, we got Love Live. This thing released out on today, May 27th. And why I bring this up is because it's one of those ones where there's a lot of sets. It did come, there's sets in English, not this set, obviously, but some have come, some have not. And on the JP side, we have this coming out. There's really nice cards in here. I just want to show this. This is one of those animes I've been meaning to watch, but I don't have time, and this anime season has been pretty loaded, and I'm pretty far behind with everything that's been going on with my life. But really why I want to show you this is just to show off some of the cards and then talk about the prices. So just looking real quick at the pictures, because these are some really nice pictures. I know I talk a lot about the price side of these things, but I really do enjoy actually looking at the cards, especially of the anime I've watched. And looking at these cards, they're really bright and bubbly and full of fun and love. I could tell. It's one of those ones that it's probably a feel-good anime, which I should probably watch. Which, by the way, Laid Back Camp, I can't wait. I can't wait for that thing to come out. So let's scroll. Okay, great. And then you had Quintessential Quintuplets movie. Man, I can't wait to see all that. Which, hurry up and release it on the English side, please. I mean, I listen to the JP voices, but, you know, there's no official English release. It's not out yet. I don't know if they announced the date, but I'm waiting for that thing. Anyways, why I have this up is we have a resident lover of Love Live. That would be Audrey Sampson. And if you haven't looked at my comments in my videos, there are plenty of videos where people write some really helpful things down there. Some people ask questions, I answer them, other people answer them. So one of the nuggets out here, if you didn't notice, was Audrey writing about be on the lookout for JP Love Live Nijigasaki. This one right here, right? So the SSPs for Love Live are always stupid expensive, which is true. I suspect Setsuna Yuuki will be a 1k card, maybe more, because it is playable in any Niji deck, unlike her level 3 SSP from set 1 that hit $1,000. And just to prove this, here we go. So here's the card. This is Yuyute, 128,000 yen. Fairly expensive by all means. That's pretty expensive. So with that, I'm going to go to Nova TCG because Nova TCG's in English, and I'm just gonna do this. So it's nice to have two sites to compare, because we could look at Yuyute 128,000, and again, there's that whole conversion rate and all that good stuff. But out on Nova TCG, 979.99. So is that a 1K card? Yep, it's sold out now, and you're not going to see that. So agree, 100% agree with Audrey. Playable card, and at the same time, good character. So it's got a lot going on for it. And but as I said before, you could see a few sold out. Why does the first time I'm really, that looks like Ariri, which I have here. I don't know why that reminded me so much right there. I guess it's the twin tails. She got longer twin tails than you. So yeah, overall, these things are really expensive. That's where I wanted to go with it. If you are not looking for SSPs, if you want to play Love Live, I think there is some decks you can make out of it. Double rares, though. Let's see what the price is on double rares. Let's go with that. $20. $20. Very. In my mind, I keep seeing this because we saw this with the side Traumerei, where it's like there are some really expensive double rares out there. And I'm not saying people should go into JP, buy it, and try to sell these things. I I've said it before, I wouldn't want to buy this stuff and try to sell it, especially since like TCG Player doesn't actually have JP cards on there. I wouldn't want to attempt doing that ever. Or, then you'd have to go to other sites to sell these cards and all that stuff, but they are fairly expensive. Right? You got a $15, $8, $20. I mean, if I show you Decide, if you didn't see that, let me go back out here real quick. Because I don't think these prices have changed. And just to show you the double rares, what I meant by that. Look at this. Double rare, 13, 13, 13, 40, 18, and an 18. And these are real prices. They're not a joke or anything like that. So, yeah, JP side, really expensive. All right, moving on real quick, because I need to do this video fast. Saikano, again, they're just doing card previews. This one comes out on June 10th on the JP side, and I mean, I love this anime. It was one of those ones where I binged it right before Crunchyroll took it off, so I made sure to do it. They took off like seasons 1 and 2, I believe, something like that. And my favorite, Erratas, so you had a bunch of cards. Look at her crying. That was sad. I remember this moment. Oh my god. And this is her parallel. I don't know which one's the better. Yeah, I guess that's a better parallel. She's by herself out there crying away. But it's a good show. I like it. I really wish I could have gotten the other sets. I know there was a reprint of Flat. That happened. That's going to be happening anyways. And then we have this one coming out. So very, very interesting. I would love to see Saikano one day in English, but that's just hopes as a person that loves the anime versus a guy that actually plays it. So what we have here next is on the English side. We just to give a little refresher. Attack on Titan being reprinted for Volume 1, Volume 2, and then we're going to get the final season part whatever it is. I don't even remember at this point, just because Attack on Titan has like 3 final season parts or something. But we have Attack on Titan coming out. This thing is going to be exactly the same. That, like with the signatures, people were upset about like gold signatures, silver signatures. The thing to remember about this is Attack on Titan 1, there was only gold signatures. So here you go. This is JKTCG, rest in peace. What we have here is gold signatures of set 1. And remember, there's no trial decks being reprinted. So if you want the trial deck, then you got to pay, I think it was like $60 to get one at this point. But you might want to just buy the singles. I didn't price it out, but I'm pretty sure you can still get the singles. And here you go. So again, gold signatures. So the reprint is going to have the gold signatures for Set 1, Volume 1, whatever you can call it. Set number 2, the main thing people keep missing out on is the fact that Set 2, there's no gold or silver or anything like that. It's going to be exactly the same, but there was never a gold, right? You can see Krista here. I really like this one. The red really pops out at me. That's Krista. We got Mikasa. So you can see there was never gold signatures on to begin with. I don't know how they would have rectified it if they were to put silver on all of them, but overall, just keep in mind that's what's happening here, okay? And just take a look at this guy, because this plays in this. We got Erratas. And the main part about these Erratas is the fact that you can see they're cleaning up the actual name. So on the original card, you have this Krista with kanji after it. And then you can see it does not. On the new corrected one, they don't have that on there. On this one as well, same thing. You're going to see it over and over again where they're just cleaning up this part. They're taking out the Japanese from it, and they're just putting just the actual name without. So why this is important was because when I woke up and I saw this, and there was one on here, this SSP. So take a look and look at this. So people were like, my mind went to this is just a mistake, and other people were wondering about this as well. And there's someone that just said probably they just didn't put all the layers on here when they put this image out, because again, you have this little white outline there and then the color that goes within it. So people are like, oh my god, there's going to be a difference. This is going to be like your silver or white signature. That's not it at all. That is definitely not it. at all. It's just like an outline there, and they need to put that shader inside of it. The other part of it, since this is actually since there's no difference between reprint and first print, I guess you could say, people are saying maybe this is a way to tell that this is a first print card versus a second print card. I'm gonna just say that it doesn't matter, right? There's gonna be no price difference in it all. I don't think people are gonna look at it and be like, yeah, this is the first print or a second print. I mean, the color is exactly the same. It's gonna be like any of these other erratas where people are just gonna be like, yeah, it's the same card. Doesn't really matter. And I know you're hoping. Hoping. There's a lot of hopium, right? And copium and all that good stuff. I always wondered if any of that had a flavor to it. Like if you inhaled it or you breathe it in, is there like a scent or a flavor? Hopefully there would. I'd want some cherry hopium or copium, something like that. I want some cherry. I'm a fan of cherry. Or orange. If anybody's old like me, like Bubblicious, there's so many good gums back in the day. Bubble Yum, Bubblicious, all this stuff. Anyways, we got. Sorry, when I'm tired, I'm just going off the tracks. I'm gonna tangent a bunch of times. Unfortunately, I don't think this card's gonna be any different price-wise, because you could tell the difference between the first print or second print. It's gonna be exactly the same minus these words, and this right here, there's gonna be no difference with that. What I want to show you is slime. Slime got reprinted, right? We got gold, we got silver, we got the whole shebang, and I honestly don't know where these prices are going. This is a still undetermined phase. We got so much going on recession wise. I know we're not. I didn't see that we're officially in a recession. I think we are. I think 100% we're in a recession, and there's going to be a slowdown to some buying. There's going to be people obviously buying like cards still. It's still going to continue, but I think that, let's say, discretionary amount of money just buying SPs all over the place, I think that's coming to an end, or at least slowed down. There's still going to be like big ones picked off. Like I saw someone sold a graded Mai from Bunny Girl Senpai. What was it, like $8,000? So you're still going to have stuff like that, but just casually picking up, like different SPs here and there, I don't think it's going to be a big thing. I've always contended that the gold is going to be a little bit higher, but definitely will come down in price. Just because now you have the alternate silver signatures. And with slime, not like Nazarick, but with slime, there's a lot of blue. And I definitely love the combination of blue and silver. It's visually pleasing to me. Someone out here on the Weiss Schwarz Reddit, I'm able to put this out here. I mean, this was uploaded by ThinButton7705. I mean, people if you haven't seen Reddit, a lot of people put their pulls up there just to show you what they got. Definitely, this is pretty neat. Shoot. All right, here we go. So again, that color with the silver, I really like it over the gold when it has that. With Nazarick, they don't have like colors that are visually as pleasing as that, but we have this one here. So that's all I want to say. Well, we're still undetermined on this at this point. So Bushiroad on the road, there was this item here that I didn't know about. It's Bushiroad on the road 2022. There's a hoppy here. Thank you to my commenter Alice that let me know that this is actually a garment that Aina Aiba is actually wearing. So it's like this robe happening here. So thank you for letting me know that. I would have never known. I just thought it was a mystery item, and I don't have that picture pulled up, so I would show you, but I can't right now. And I'm not going to go look for it. What I wanted to show you was, again, Bushiroad on the road, hitting up 5 anime conventions, 1 already down. This card right here is being sold on the auction group on the Weiss Schwarz on Facebook, and right now it is currently $40, and I believe there's roughly 3 hours left in the auction. So this thing is happening right now, $40. So if you got nothing to do, you want to hit an anime convention, you might want to hit one of these and get yourself a nice card. Again, if I get the card, I'm not selling it. I'm just saying this is what people are willing to pay for it at the moment. And there's only so many conventions. It'll be interesting to see. I really wonder how much they gave out. Like how many people just randomly stop by the Weiss Schwarz or Bushiroad booth, right? Like maybe they have no interest in the game at all, but stop there just to get a free card. Because what do you have to do to get this? Don't you have to play the game? Let's see. Take a photo, participate in the TCG demo. So you have to actually put some time in, right? You gotta put some time in to actually get this card. So really wonder, outside of people like us that are gonna do it, how many just random folk are gonna do that and try to get this card? We'll see. I guess we'll see. Real quick, this card, I've said before, if it would have came out normally and this is from the tournament store PR assist packs, and if it would have came out normally, I think there was the price wouldn't be so bad on it, at least in the short term. But because it's like trickling out, people didn't get it, other people sold it. You know, like stores or their stores gave it to like one person and they opened it and they sold it. Because of this trickle, every time this thing comes up, if it was for a decent price, it gets sold out. And then, you know, every now and then someone tries to bump up the price. So it actually got bumped up to $24.99. Someone bought it at $24.99, and now there's 4 of them at $24.99. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just saying that's what's actually happening and occurring. It's not good what's happening, but this is the reality. Unless magically someone's holding on to a bunch of these and they're just waiting for this to go up. And the amazing part is, again, this is the non-foil version. Here's the foil version. $60. This is really $60. It's $60 at this point. I will say, because I do have them. This non-foily card. I'm still waiting for my other cards, my Kiara to come in, my other Gura to come in, but here we are. It's a nice card. I don't have the right lighting for it. My bad, but you can see. Nice card. Definitely a nice card. I don't know if I'd want to pay all that much money for it, but yes. Mrs. B is home after 2 weeks of being away. I am almost done, Mrs. B. I am sorry. She has come home from her 6-hour drive of working at the corporate office training. Hello. Okay, anyways, real quick, Hololive, really expensive. Sealed product, more. I mean, there's people that got restocked at their stores, so there's gonna be more coming out, but overall, still really expensive. $84.95 for a booster box. It is neat to see this like little dip, but recovery there. So people are still buying in on this. I mean, it's a good set, fun to play. You have many choices on it, but trial deck's definitely coming down. Again, remember, click inside of this thing. You may find that people are selling. Whoo, boy. I only said that because here are open trial decks, right? This is where this gets fun. As in what's about to happen. So right here you have Hololive Trial Deck Plus open, triple rare included, no SSP, $20. And then you have this one down below, which is new, totally 100% new, $23.69. And I would probably pay the $4 extra. And again, this could be mapped already. People could already know there's no SP in it, but for my sake, I would rather pay the extra, especially with this one. This one's not even coming close. And again, not disrespecting or anything. This one has 134 of them. That is insane. Like how many trial decks they opened and are having up for sale. So just, I don't know if they've sold any. I'd have to like go back to my prior videos to see. But if you're looking for open trial decks, and you just want to go through TCG Player, there you go. What I would suggest, again, is going on the Facebook group, checking. I didn't check out eBay or any other place because there were people selling these things at $8, $10, $12. Even though TCG Player got this thing on for $20, Facebook might potentially have it for lower, and you can always write. I've seen people write on Facebook that said, hey, anybody have a trial deck I opened? I don't care. I just want to buy it for a cheap price. So if you want it that way, those are your options. I would definitely go out there. But if you're going to use TCG Player, feel free to do that. And I got a link in the description. Feel free to use that. Feel free to use that. Okay, SSPs. What I really want to talk about with SSPs and SPs, I'm just going to say this real quick. Again, you could see anything in green actually sold, which not many. There's 3, right? Everything else not sold, which pretty much tells me 2 things happened here. Actually 3. basically a whole lot of product was open. There was a lot of people that were opening it for a specific character. There was a lot of people opening it for money. And this is what happens when you have a lot of supply meet it not as much demand, because this time around people really wanted to open it. I talked about that before. People wanted to open it, they wanted the experience. If they loved Hololive, then they wanted that, and maybe they're going to just buy some of this stuff like the SPs, SSPs. If you consider the economy, that it could explain some of this. I would say some of this is outrageous price wise. Like I'm again, I have this stubbornness about me. I am never going to pay you $1,000 for this card when I could just buy an entire case of this stuff. Back when it first came out. I mean, I know cases right now, if I look on TCG Players, 1,300. There's other people out there on the internet selling it for 1,200, 1,100, but I'm not going to pay $1,000 when I can buy a case of this stuff, get an SSP and 4 SPs and the triple rares and all the other stuff that happens inside of there. There's no way I'm going to do that, and I think that's the problem with some of this stuff. Like you saw that Love Live JP Setsuna Yuuki. Like people were going to buy this, but there's only so many people willing to do that. And in this case, same idea. You could tell on the SPs anyways, there are some that are pretty low. I'm gonna try to find it quick, because the same idea happened, right? You got Aki right here. We got $70 on it. There was one that it was Kanata in the $40. And I'm like, which is sad, but I love that card. And I love Kanata. Look at it. Here we got Roboco, $44, 13 listings. And where's my lady? I'm blind. Do you ever have anybody? I talked about this because I'm working with somebody on doing my presentation. Like it's a 2-person presentation. And she was trying to figure out if she wanted to type and talk, or I type, she talks, or we're gonna switch back and forth. But so there'll be points where I'm like, who actually controls the mouse? And this is one of those moments where I feel like I know you're not watching me. You're not standing over my shoulder watching me, but I feel like this pressure that when I'm talking to you, I need to find it quickly. Anyways, here is Kanata. Do you ever try typing when someone looks standing over you? It's hard. It's hard to do that. And that's what I'm feeling right now. But anyways, we got this Kanata, $48. That's what we got. See, that's what I hate about TCG Player. It's not TCG Player's fault. See, if you look out here, $45.99, but you click inside, the lowest is actually this one, $48, because there's shipping attached to the other one. So I really like this card. Hopefully I get it. I really want this one. This is one of those ones I want. This one, Coca, I really like Gen 4. Gen 4 is my jam. I think I really want some Gen 4. So you could see, unless that $45.99 got bought. Wait, what? Hold on. Let me hit refresh. No, it's still there. $45.99. I'm like sitting here and I'm like, this thing says $45.99. Maybe it got bought. No, it's somewhere here, I guess. I don't know. But a lot of these cards haven't sold for like crazy extreme prices that people are hoping to get it. It's because, again, there's only so many that are like super, super popular, maybe super usable. And that's what we're seeing here. I remember seeing somebody talking about like, man, these trial deck ones are more expensive than the booster box one. And it only makes sense that that would actually happen that way, because the trial deck, you got 2 in a case, where this one you get 4 in a case. And it really depended on what you wanted to focus more on of selling. Did you want to open 134 trial decks? It was definitely more than 134. Going back to that example of that Gen 3, did you want to open 134 of them and get only so many like SPs? Or did you want to open a bunch of booster boxes and get a bunch of SPs and an SSP? And that's what you're seeing here happening, right? Like you have that, especially with trial decks, it's all the same card. So you're hoping there's enough people that want the actual trial deck. If not, you're gonna be stuck with a whole lot of trial decks. And that was my thing I always warned about, that you shouldn't go nuts on trial decks, because then you're gonna be left with a whole lot of open trial decks. And then booster box wise, you got other stuff. You got double rares that you'd sell off, triple rares. promos, which the promos are really, really expensive. So let me just go here promo quick. I wasn't planning on this, but you can see when I did my playset pricing on Hololive, I didn't include promos. And the reason I didn't include promos because they're freaking expensive. And I can't imagine someone trying to get one of each, get 31 of them to put in a playset. That would be awful. So expensive, more expensive, and like to build them all to get 31 of them, and it's going to be a pain. So I can imagine these actually do get bought. Yeah, this one for sure. So that was it. That was it with Hololive. Lastly, Marvel. We got Marvel here. This is out on Weiss Schwarz Japan side. This thing translates to something like these items are available. Check them out on these links here. And if you click said link, you will see sleeves. And you will see rubber mat. So I really do like overall I wouldn't buy it any of them. I just wouldn't, but overall I really do like the mats because of like this zoomed out version that you can see the whole everything. So here you go. This is what I mean. The card sleeve here is the same picture with that shrunken foil stamp on it, but over here it's more widespread. It's nice. If I had to buy one, if you forced me to buy one, I'd probably buy the I was gonna say Iron Man. I think that looks cool, but I really like the blue. I really like the color on this Spider-Man one, so maybe I'd take that back. I don't know. Maybe I'd buy both. If you told me to buy one, I'd probably say I'd rather have both because I like Iron Man and the color on the Spider-Man looks really nice overall. So that is it with that. Last thing. Weiss Schwarz, or actually it's the Bushiroad TCG strategy presentation. This happens normally every 3 months. They will be going over Cardfight Vanguard, Weiss Schwarz, Rebirth for You, Shadow vs. Evolve. And I more than likely will not be covering it. Just to throw that in there, I didn't do the conversion. It's normally really late at night. I gotta work unless I'm already, no, I can't. If I'm up, I'm watching it just because I'm working, which means I can't stream it anyways because then I can't actually work. I don't normally do these. Reason being is I don't understand Japanese. I really wish, honestly, I really wish they would somehow translate it or do something for it, because I think there's enough people that buy Japanese Weiss Schwarz that why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that? And there's some of us, like myself, that is now starting to buy Rebirth for You. I know some people bought Shadow vs. Evolve, so there's good reason here to actually, I don't want to say cater to the English side, but there are people that do buy it over here, right? Like people do play it at their local game stores. So me being a person that doesn't understand Japanese, and I know that's a me problem versus anybody else's problem, but I would really love it to somehow understand what they're saying. That would be really, really nice, especially since there's people over here that do buy these products. I think doing that would be really awesome. I think it'd be really cool. Why not? And then normally ours comes 3 months later. So ours last happened in April, and the English side, which should see it in July, especially since they freaking owe us. They owe us. They owe us this upcoming thing that it's supposed to be happening. I need to zoom out. Holy crap. I was trying this without zooming out, but where is it? April 9th is when they put this thing up. So again, this is the spring conference, April 9th. So we should see our conference, I guess, July 9th, mid-July. This one more thing still hasn't happened yet, and we are at the end of May. It was supposed to be announced mid-May. We're at the end of May. So maybe they'll just tell us in July. And again, that's not a shot on them, but I mean, at this point, you might as well just delete this from here and then act like it never happened and then just talk about it in July, unless it's like time sensitive. Unless, or since there's not much coming out in June, then maybe I guess you just throw that out there one day to get everybody excited. So because what I mean by there's not much in June is because we got Fate, Camelot, and Nazarick, wherever the heck that is. I mean, we all assumed it was May. We thought it would be May. It's end of May, and there's no Nazarick. So the Nazarick reprint should be in June, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the store. You tell me if it's coming out in June. All right, last bit here. Didn't want to miss this. I talked about it last year when this happened. Memorial Day coming up here for us, United States. And I want to say, again, thank you to anybody. It's a day to remember military who have died while serving the United States Armed Forces. So I played trumpet, organ, piano back in my high school days, and actually I played it for all the way as I was growing up. So I played in the concert band, and we would always go out there in high school on Memorial Day, and we went to two places actually, and we would play, and it was really cool to see all those people come out there, all the people that served in the military and all that, just remembering those that have died while serving. So just don't want to forget that. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on Monday or not. So it's a very special day for me, just because I was one of those people that got to see all that. It was great, and I do remember and respect everybody that has gone out there and done that kind of thing. My parents didn't want me to go join. I wanted to join. There was a point in my life I wanted to join, and they didn't want me to do that. So I ended up going to college. But I really respect anybody that has been in the armed forces, served, gone overseas, and of course anybody that has given up their life for that. So thank you everybody that has done that. And that's everything. So hopefully again you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy Memorial Day. If you have time, maybe swing by and see one of those actual presentations. It's one of those. Remember, I talked about the last video about like inspirational moments. Yeah, like I don't think there has been a time where I was bored at that thing. I mean, I was playing in it, but at the same time, like I didn't have a sense that I was just there doing it because they forced me to do it. It was very heartwarming and I guess soul gratifying to see that, to be able to at least give back to some of these people, like their family or them. I believe that we have spirits around us, right? Like, and I truly believe those days they're definitely there, watching and doing that. I'll tell you a story real quick. I wish I could just draw a diagram, but I know if I bring up paint, it's gonna look really bad. So my grandfather on my mom's side died, and my grandma lived with us. So we got her a balloon for her birthday. Like we did the birthday stuff, and we put it in the kitchen. We put the balloon in the kitchen at the table. This balloon, somehow, and nobody moved it. This balloon went from that table, went down a hallway, took two rights to make it up a stairway, took a left turn towards my grandma's room, and normally she has that door closed. That's not even a joke. Normally she has that door closed, and that balloon went through that door and went all the way back to the back left of her bed. Like it went all the way behind her bed, like sitting in the corner of the room. So no amount of vents or explanation on any of that was even possible. That balloon made it somehow up there, and nobody moved it that we know of. Like, and it was just us, our family, sister, brother, mom, dad, me, grandma. No one moved that. That thing traveled. So I 100% believe in all that, and I could feel it that day when I do that on Memorial Days. It gives you the goosebumps and all that. So it's definitely a special day. So again, thank you for all that served, and as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside of your budget. Have a good one.